Hey, you guys, happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. I am going, let's see if we can make this bigger. I'm not sure. My video is not. All right, we are live. We are rolling. Happy Sunday, everyone. I wanted to today about two specific things. We're 1 week into the challenge. Each week I will go live. I want to make sure that I'm supporting you guys so that you are seeing success. The whole point of this challenge is not only to help you navigate this time of year that can be really hard for people, but to also create some permanent habit changes. The number one reason that we chose protein to be the first habit that we are going to address is because I wanted you to see results the fastest way possible. We're going to work on hydration. We're going to work on movement after a meal. We're also going to focus on veggies and fruit intakes, all of which are super important. But in order for you to really see change in your body, to see change in your hunger and your cravings and performance, I knew we wanted that first habit to be protein intake. You guys are crushing it. Really, honestly, from looking at everybody's scores, you are doing a fantastic job. It's okay if we miss a day. I understand life gets crazy. I mean, there are times where it's like, oh my word, it's 8 p.m. and I realize I didn't have my normal snack. And so now we have to figure this out. So don't worry if you miss a day or if things are off a little bit. But I want to make sure that I'm giving you lots of tips and tricks and ways that I can support you. So, things that you guys have probably learned along this process, make sure you have lots of protein options at your disposal. I always keep cans of tuna on hand. I always have canned chicken. And I know that sounds weird, but honestly, canned chicken with a little bit of like mayonnaise or Greek yogurt, some celery, maybe some grapes and almonds, it's delicious. Also, I'll throw canned chicken. If I'm in a hurry, I just maybe will do like a can of soup. I love the Amy's Organics. I love her soups. I'll throw a can of chicken in my can of soup. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick, and I'm still getting my protein in. Typically, any of those pre-done, soups, they're going to have like 10 to 12 grams of protein, which is not enough. The other thing I keep on hand always is uncured lunch meat. Obviously, we've talked a lot about curing and how sometimes those nitrates are not great for us to consume on a regular basis. So if we can do lunch meat that's uncured, that is a great thing to always have on hand. The other thing, I keep my freezer stocked with meat, whether it be venison, ground beef, pork roast from Costco. I love the organic chicken from Aldi. Whatever you like, keep it in the freezer. I will just throw it in a sink of warm water. Within 2 hours, I can have it in my Instapot. I can have something shredded, ready to go, ready to consume within 3 hours. So it's not a bad option to keep things in the freezer. Other things that I know you guys are using: cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Some of you are, in a pinch, having to default to a protein shake or a smoothie. I love the idea of a smoothie because we can get in some fruits, we can get in some veggies. So let's talk about kind of transitioning to week 2. We're going to keep our protein habit going. You still have to consume your 4 servings of protein every single day. But week 2, we're now going to add in that other serving, 5 servings of fruits or veggies. So an apple, a banana, a cup of berries, half a cup generally is a serving. So if you do a full cup, that would be 2 servings. The other thing, fruit is obviously an easy default. Most of us love fruit. We can eat it. We can eat 5 servings very easily. But I want you to focus on veggies. The benefits when it comes to vegetables, the fiber, the micronutrients, none of us eat enough. Get in those veggies. So frozen veggies. Lauren talked about it this morning in her live. Obviously sometimes when we are in a pinch and we have to supplement with like a greens powder, okay, not the end of the world, but eat vegetables when you can. Frozen vegetables are a great thing. I always have frozen veggies in my freezer. They're typically, I like the texture of them a lot better than canned. Some people love canned veggies. If you love that, then keep canned veggies on hand. Like, that's fantastic. But just focus on getting them in. You might have them on hand, but if you don't actually take them out, I will throw mine in a couple tablespoons of water and boil them. Other clients will throw them in, the bag itself in the microwave. Whatever it takes to get you to actually put them in your body, do it. Okay. Some people are like, well, if I put cheese on my broccoli, then is it negating the benefits of the broccoli? No. If that's how you will consume it, enjoy it. Put a little bit of butter on there. Put some everything bagel seasoning. I love that on my veggies. The elote seasoning is so good on veggies. The 7 seasoning salute is also delicious. Those are fun, simple ways to kind of beef up those veggies. Sometimes, obviously, this time of year, the weather's getting a little bit colder. We don't always love eating cold salads. If you do, go for it. That's such a great way for you to get in your veggie servings for the day. But something that I've done is I've taken those chopped salads, specifically the ones that are cabbage, that are cabbage based or kale based, and I've heated them up. I've sauteed them in a pan with whatever protein my protein of choice is. And then sometimes I'll just put some hot sauce on them, maybe a little sesame oil if I want something like that. You could use the dressing that comes with them just to season it up at the end, or keep it simple. Put a little oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper on there. Just some easy ways to get in those veggies. The other thing that I wanted to turn you guys on to is the protein blends that you can find in the freezer section. So we're kind of tackling both our protein goal and our veggie goal with these options. Still add protein to them. Even though they're considered and marketed as protein blends, there's still not enough protein in them to really count for what we want your serving to be. But they are so simple and easy and delicious. They have Southwest blends. They have like Caribbean blends. Ones have black-eyed peas and others have edamame and some have lentils. And typically they'll have peppers and onions and broccoli. And I mean, they're just a really delicious way to get in some extra fiber, extra micronutrients. Smoothies, again, don't forget about that option. You throw half a banana in any smoothie with spinach and kale, you are not going to taste the greens. Anybody who watches this, please comment. Let people know you don't taste it. They are so delicious. I can also share, I created a bunch of smoothie recipes some time back. Some of them are so good. I think one of my favorites is the peach pie. It's basically frozen peaches with cinnamon, some apple and almond butter in there, and literally it tastes like a peach pie. It's so, so good. And it's just fun ways for us to enjoy getting in these fruits and veggies. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Steph actually wanted to chat about what happens when we look at net carbs. So something that those of you who have maybe looked at keto or looked at, done other maybe nutritional plans or diet plans, they look at something called net carbs. And this is something we're seeing a lot on packaging. What are net carbs? So basically, when we look at our net carbs, it's kind of, think about net income, right? So we might have our total income, but then after we have expenses, then we have this. So we might have our total carb intake, but once we kind of subtract out our fiber, then the actual amount of carbohydrates that are creating that glycemic load are different. Now, most of us as coaches do not have our clients look at net carbs. We have a fiber goal for you, most of you, 20, 25, 30, 35 grams of fiber, depending on who you are. And we really do want you to hit that fiber goal. I know that's hard for a lot of us, but our goal is for you to hit that. Sometimes if I'm trying to get my clients to eat super clean and really focus on their fiber, I will give them that option. Like, okay, if you get your fiber up where we need it to be, I'm going to let you subtract those and you can enjoy those extra carbohydrates elsewhere. It depends on where we're at. It depends on our clients' goals. So if you know, we've had you do that. And if not, it's no big deal. But net carbs are basically your carbohydrates minus your fiber intake. So let's say if one day you consume 200 carbohydrates, and maybe that day your fiber intake was 25 grams. So technically the glycemic load that you just put on your system was 175 grams of carbohydrates versus that 200. So in the same way that we teach you guys, protein is money in the bank. 30% of those calories that we consume in protein are burned in digestion. The same is true when we eat our smart carbohydrates. I am always, always, always preaching to you guys, enjoy those smart carbohydrates, whole grains, you know what I mean? Fruits and veggies, all those things that have tons of fiber and slow down that glycemic load. You're going to hear me talk about this a little bit more, especially in week 4, because that is why we have the challenge of our step goal. The whole point of that challenge is to slow down your glycemic load that your meal just had on your body. So we're going to talk about that more. I only wanted to take 10 minutes, you guys. I hope this helps. Reach out if you have any questions, and we'll be in touch.